Dodonpachi Daioujou Stage 1 is really interesting. It teaches you how the chaining works in the game, it has some tricky links and requires a good understanding about bee collection. There are several ways to go about it, and if you want to optimize it scoring-wise, you need to be careful about your execution. The main idea behind this stage is pretty straightforward. You have to breed your hypers as fast as you can and use them almost as soon as you can. Now, let's dive right into it. First, you want to make your hyper drop right before the tower to activate it, and then stay on top of the tower. In order to do that, here is the procedure I follow. I go to the left side of the screen. Once the first tank reaches the left side of the screen, I start using my shot. Then I move slowly to the right. Some helicopters or Zakos can spawn to the left, but you can go back and kill them and maintain your chain. When you reach the right side of the screen, if you moved slowly enough, a wave of Zakos coming from the top right of the screen should go down. You need to use a good amount of shot fire to kill the wave, then stop shooting and start going to the left. With experience, you will know exactly how much shot fire you need. When you are under the power-up ship, use your laser on it. As soon as it explodes, use your shot, kill the enemy on the left, while being careful about the bullet. Then start lasering the left leg of the big blue ship. Try not to kill the 3 small tanks on the right. As soon as the big ship explodes, use your shot to kill the tanks while trying to reach the right side of the screen. When you reach the right side of the screen, use your laser to unlock the bee. Then use your shot. After the wave of Zakos appear, go to the left, use your laser and grab the bee. Then use your laser on the left leg of the big ship. Slide to the right leg. As soon as the big ship explodes, or as soon as it starts firing the blue bullets, grab the bee on the right side of the screen, grab the hyper, and then go on top of the screen and use your hyper on top of the tower. You can stay there without moving. When the cannon of the second tank is aligned with this edge, you can start going down, still holding your laser. Kill the 2 tanks, then go to the right and kill the tank there. Go back to the tower until it explodes. Then, unfocus. You need to kill the 2 tanks on the left, one after the other. That's why I use my laser for more precision. Then, several big ships will come from the top of the screen. You need to memorize the spawn point of each big ship. The first one comes from the left, then in the middle, to the right, back in the middle slightly to the left, then go back to the right, then to the left, to the right, and then there is the last one on the right. I try to stay as high as I can on the screen to gain as much hyper gauge as I can. Be careful not to go too high because you will run into the ships. When the last big blue ship explodes, unfocus, go under that bee, then use your laser to unlock the bee, hold the laser button and slide to the left until you reach the left side of the screen. Then go back to the right and stop when the right side of your laser aligns with this line of the background. This is the moment where your hyper should stop. Slightly tap to the right to kill the 2 tanks. Then stop shooting, grab the bee, start shooting as soon as you start going to the left, while killing the last tank. Try to laser the power-up ship as soon as you can, while moving down slowly to dodge the bullets that are aimed at you. This is maybe the hardest link of the first stage. The execution can be quite frightening when you start playing the game. Here is an easier way to do that link, and a little bit less optimized. Instead of using your laser, you can just tap the auto shot button to kill slowly the tanks and then grab the bee once you leave hyper mode. Then use some tanks that you left alive to go back to the left and laser the power-up ship. When the turret explodes, kill the enemies on your right with your shot, then hug the left side of the screen. When these ships completely appear, use your laser to unlock the 2 bees, go up, grab the bees, then activate your hyper. You can use the sound of the second beat as a cue to know when to activate your hyper. Then slide to the right with your laser. Stop on the left leg of this big ship. Then laser the right leg of this ship. When it explodes, go to the bottom right of the screen using your shot, then slide to the left on these big tanks. When the last tank on the left explodes, use your shot, go to the right, then go up. Same as before, learn where the ships spawn. As you can see, I'm doing everything at the top of the screen to gain as much hyper gauge as I can. Then laser the big tank coming from the right while going down to dodge the bullets. When it explodes, go to the left with your shot. Your hyper should end there. Then unlock and grab the B, grab the hyper and activate the hyper. It is important to make the hyper drop before grabbing the B. This is maybe one of the most difficult things to do in stage 1 if you really want to optimize it. Then right after activating the hyper, it's just about memorizing the spawn point of the big ship once again. Then I stay there, I use color demarcation as a visual cue. If I'm on the right, on the darker side, I don't have to fear the bullet coming from the big tank. When the tank explodes, I go to the left side of the screen, still holding my laser, then I go down. When this turret shoots some bullets, I stop shooting, then right after I start using my laser again to unlock the B. Then I kill these tanks with my shot. And when I kill the last one as soon as it appears on the screen, I go back to the left and start using my laser on these big ships. Then I use my shot again. I go in the middle of the screen, I use my laser to kill the 4 big ships that appears. Then I go down on the right side of the screen, I use my shot to kill the popcorn enemies. Then I try to kill the popcorn, but not too fast. I do some taps on the auto shot button. As soon as my hyper ends, I grab the B on the right. A common mistake is to grab the B before your hyper ends, which is bad because you won't gain any hyper from that B if you do that. Usually, if you did everything right, an hyper should drop after you grab that B. Sometimes it won't drop just after you grab the B, but it's really important to make this hyper drop before grabbing the B to the left. Then you can grab the B on the left, use your laser to unlock the B on the top left of the screen and grab it before the 2 last big ship fire. Then you can hold your laser and try to chain the last 2 big ships. Chaining the last big ship can be quite hard, but it's not really important if you don't chain it, because you already grabbed the last B. It's time for the first boss fight. There are several things to know about this boss. If you destroy the turrets of this boss, you will gain 1 hyper, but if you destroy it during the pattern where they are moving around the boss, you will gain 2 hypers. So you want to destroy the turrets when they are moving around the boss. Usually, you should have 1 hyper in stock if you did everything right. And if you use this hyper on the boss, you can get back your hyper at the end of the fight. If you want to have more points, you can gain more hits by using this hyper. But if you don't want to take any risk, you can just kill the boss without using the hyper. In the end, you will have the same amount of hyper in stock. The first pattern is not really difficult. The bullets are random, but there are not many of them. The needles are aimed at you, so if you don't move and just tap dodge before they reach you, you don't have to be scared. Then the boss drops 2 shells that explode, 1 from each turret. They are exploding one after the other. I like to go under the first shell, then go through the bullet with a vertical movement, following this path. Then I should be able to go through the second wave of bullet with an horizontal movement, following this path. There are many ways to do it, but this is the strategy I use and I find it very consistent. Then I go to the top left of the screen and wait for the boss to fire. As soon as the boss fires, I activate my hyper and hug the boss, right between his cannon and the left side turret. After the boss fires the 3rd red ring, I go down, trying to stay between the turret and the main part of the boss. Then I move slowly to the right. This way, I don't have to pay any attention to the blue bullets. I only have to dodge the red bullets. Be careful, this pattern can be quite hard, especially if you are using your hyper. Then the boss does the first pattern once again, but this time it's way harder because you are using your hyper and the bullets are going way faster. So be careful. After I go out of this pattern, I like to stop shooting. This way I can check my hyper gauge, because it's really important not to fill the second hyper gauge. Once the boss drops the 2 shells, I start shooting again and I use my laser on the main body of the boss. When I hear a couple more shots, I stop shooting because I don't want to kill the boss. When this pattern ends, my hyper should end too. Depending on how much life the boss has left, I do some more damage to the main body. Then I go under the left turret and start using my laser to destroy it when it starts moving around. Then I just have to kill the boss. And this is it! Now I'm going to show you my stage 1 route without any interruption. Enjoy!
Watch out!
So this is it for stage 1. In my next video, I should be talking about stage 2. À la prochaine!